Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. Thank you for joining us on another beautiful day in downtown Lancaster as we do our taping today. The sun is out. It's a cool time of the year as we're into this, and for the next few weeks, Christmas will be kind of an overriding thing. We'll be talking about Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, parades, events, lots going on this time of year, certainly here in Lancaster and Fairfield County, and we'll try to cover as much of it as we can. Sometimes there's almost more than we can handle. There are 2 or 3 events almost every weekend going on, so we'll cover a lot of them for you. So thanks for joining us today. Got to open up with one of my favorite places in Lancaster. It's been going on for more than 25 years now. It's the Foundation Shelters over on the corner of Harrison and 6th Avenue. I think most people know where that is. And we've got the director of that with us today, Steve Templin. Steve, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Director of Fairfield Shelters, Foundation Shelters. Okay. Great place, 25 plus years over
Absolutely.
there. That sound right?
Yeah, what a wonderful ministry it has been.
Yeah. You're the director over there.
The current director.
The current director, yep. Right? And I know that's changed over the years. There have been a lot of people. Do they still have folks coming in to volunteer to help out?
Not as much.
Okay.
Our past director, which I have to do a shout out because he just resigned, but is still an innkeeper. Many people will know Jerry Waits.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry has been the director until I just took over. He still remains as an innkeeper and helps with day-to-day operations in the office. So
great guy.
I'm thankful for, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think of him as little Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
His father was Jerry, and his parents were my neighbors.
Yes.
So I know Jerry, his dad, and Phyllis, his mother.
Wait till I tell him that.
Great family, the Waits family, and Jerry is certainly a chip off that block.
Oh, he's a great guy too.
So you run the shelters over there, and I guess just from a standpoint of an outsider looking in, this is something that's done each evening, 7 nights a week, and you provide, I guess, shelter for folks that want to stay there for the evening?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me give you some background.
Sure,
it might help. There's 2 homeless emergency shelters in Fairfield County. We are one of them on the west side, and then LSS, Lutheran Social Services.
Out on East Main?
East side, yep, on East Main. And so we are the 2. We partner. We're totally separate, but we work together as we share the same population. And so our goal is to provide a safe, clean, quiet environment for people who are out in the elements, who need a place to stay, who are homeless or just for whatever reason need a place to stay. So they come at each night and they spend the night and shower and sleep and then leave in the morning. And
what are the hours that typically the folks can come there?
We have changed our winter hours just as of this November 1st. 6 o'clock. Anyone who is looking for a bed can
starting to get a little dark by then.
And that is exactly why we changed it, because we don't want the people out on the street in the dark. And so 6 o'clock, folks may register, and then, as I say, they leave at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. And how many folks at one time can you accommodate?
We have beds for 18 men, and then we have beds for 8 women.
Okay.
And when you were talking about a lot happening in December and all the different events, at this time of year, especially with the weather, you obviously know, we get more and more people that seek our services.
Yeah.
So it gets really full quickly.
Is it kind of a first come, first serve, or how does that work?
Yeah, it is first come, first serve if it's your first time being there. If you're a resident and already been there, because we allow you up to 30 days to stay. So if you've been there, you have a secure bed. The only thing you have to do is show up. Otherwise, you lose your bed.
So if I came there tonight and stayed, I could come back tomorrow.
Yep, and you would have a bed reserved, your same bed, same locker.
Yeah.
And you're allowed 30 days. And then folks because we're trying to help give them a foot up.
Sure.
So if you work, which we have several people who are working, we'll extend the 30 days to 72 days if they're working more than 20 hours or more.
Okay.
So we have several men and a woman who are currently working Magna, Anchor Hocking, McDonald's, so on, that we've given extensions to, so they're there for 72 days, and we want them to be able to save some money so they can seek their own lodging, find their own place to stay, and it works out well. Yeah.
Well, it's that, I guess, that feeling of security that you're trying to give to these folks, because obviously these are, in most cases, folks struggling with lots of different reasons, and so to have a place at night would just be a load off.
Oh, it is. They're very appreciative of the fact that they come in, as I say, to have clean linen every week. We exchange linen on Wednesday, bathrooms with nice showers that they can take a shower, which they really are appreciative after being out all day. And so, they show a lot of gratitude. Yeah.
So from that point, from the hours that you have them, you're in charge of them. They fall under your guidelines. And but after that, after they leave, they're just on their own.
They're on their own, absolutely. And so many of them just they go to the library. Many of them go to Maple Street. Maple Street, besides the foundation dinners where I work also, where we serve lunch and dinner every day of the week. Maple Street United Methodist also has a lunch program Monday through Friday. They can get a breakfast there, and they can get lunch and stay till 1 o'clock. So many of the folks, whether they stay with me or not, go to Maple Street for lunch. Some come to us at the foundation dinners, and but that's what they do, and they can stay there till 1, and then after that, they go to the library. They go to different places.
Now, how many beds, let's say, or accommodations do they have at the Lutheran services place?
You know what? I'm not more than us. They have a few more than us. I'm not sure of their exact
would
number.
It be your opinion then that both places are full every night?
Yeah, they are. The LSS Eastside Shelter
and I would
is
imagine
full
the winter
often.
is almost guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need more facilities?
We need more facilities. You got it.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. We were like, for a county to have only 2 facilities, and the homeless population
in the whole county.
Yeah, in the whole county, and the population is increasing. To give you an example, to date, just as of today, we've had 153 different men stay since January at our place. That was 153 unduplicated men who've stayed there for a total of, I looked at the stats, like 3,500 nights we've given a bed to 153 men. Women, we've had 100 different women, about 2,000 different beds for them since the beginning of January. So a lot of folks seeking, needing a place to stay.
Now, how does that work with children?
Wow, you hit a yeah. Unfortunately, we get calls constantly. Will you take a family?
Yeah.
And I think Community Action has 4 family units, I know, on the east side that they run. Other than that, there's no family.
Yeah.
There is no family shelter.
Same rules out there on
absolutely
on
East Main. They do not take families either.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to be the one to say to a family, they're saying, I have a child, I have a baby, or I have a child, and we can't accommodate them. And it's hard. So you're right. Family shelter is a high priority.
Yeah. I can see that. That'd be difficult. Again,
it is.
As much as you folks try to accommodate these people, to say no has to be heartbreaking.
Yeah. No, it is very difficult to tell someone we can't take you. It's like saying there's no room at the inn. It's hard. Yeah.
Let's give a little shout out here to I think the guy that I would give a lot of credit for starting this. I know a good friend of yours, and for me, probably our friendship probably goes back. I was out of the Army, so it's probably in this maybe 75. It goes back a while.
Wow.
But Ed Klum.
Yes, absolutely.
Gurney,
Gurney,
Ed Klum.
You got it.
He is, as far as I'm concerned, a legend
he is.
in this community. The things he's done over the years for senior citizens and for the shelters, and first of all, the dinners. I mean, and I know you know him personally. What a guy.
No, yeah, he has a heart. And that's what motivated him to start both places. Was he saw the need that people were hungry, that people were broken, that people needed shelter, and he said, I have to do something. And so he took just what he thought and put into action. And so we are indebted to Mr. Klum, Ed, for starting the dinners first, something like 33 years ago, and then the shelter, as you already said, 25 years. So he came, he's the one who birthed both of them. So yeah, he has a special place for us.
I'll give him so much credit, because I remember when he was starting this, the dinners, I remember when the dinners first coming, it was just him trying to figure out how to feed people. Whoever showed up was it, and
yes, he and his wife.
And that's right, Vivian at that time, and it was just his will. He willed this.
Yes, he did.
To keep it going. That was the strength of his conviction.
Absolutely, you got it. No, as they say, we have a lot of debt owed to him for starting this, and he still comes into the dinners. He'll come in with his current wife, Carol.
He's 90 plus?
90, something like 93. So he comes in with Carol, and he loves to get his cup of coffee. He always says, squeeze the handle hard. That's what he always says when he gets the coffee. Squeeze the handle hard. And he always loves to come in, and he's always grateful to see that it's going. He always compliments us who are currently there, and he says, I am so glad to see this continue. And his son does continue it as our director. Gary Klum is our director of the Foundation Dinners, and so it has continued with his son. Yeah.
I think all of us as we get older, we think about, it's not every day, but you think about what will be your legacy, whether it's your children, your grandchildren,
absolutely.
what will we leave behind? Will they even remember us when we're gone? But somebody like Ed, I think the legacy he's going to leave behind is one, I think you said it, he has a heart for giving, and that legacy is going to live for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it will, definitely. But I also want to say, a lot of people are calling me now about things they can donate, and I just wanted to make sure to clarify that we only have twin beds. This is where we get into, we have people with great hearts, but we get the wrong items. We only have twin beds.
Okay.
So we only want twin sheets or twin blankets.
Sure.
Because many times we'll get king size, queen size, and we can't use them, and then we have to take them and donate them, or I take them down to the dinners where people are in the elements who are actually sleeping out. They can use them. So we need twin sheets, twin beds. We need toiletries, again, travel size toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant. The travel size
provide that to the folks.
Yeah, they do, and they do. People would ask us that. Again, body wash, big thing, because we share body wash in the showers. So body washes always comes in handy. Cups.
You have a website? Or?
Yes, we do. It's I can't think of the name. Well, it is. They can look at Foundation Shelter.
Foundation
they
Shelters,
will see it.
and
they
you'll
will
find
see
it. But
and they will
all
see
that's
it.
listed on
yes,
there.
All that. But those are, I just want to make sure they know, because a lot of people are calling out, especially with winter.
Sure.
And so we do receive gloves, hats, underwear, socks, mittens, those kind of things as winter comes on, and blankets.
I'd advise you to go to the website, look it up, Foundation Shelters, and they've got a lot of needs over there to help people that really need it, especially at this time of year. Steve Templin, Director of Foundation Shelters, thanks for joining us. Great job you do over there.
Paul, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sir.
We'll be back in just a moment.
At Fairfield Federal, we believe true prosperity is shared. For 130 years, Fairfield Federal has invested in the community that built us. From supporting businesses that employ our neighbors, empowering the initiatives that strengthen our community, and serving generations of families, Fairfield Federal is proud to share this milestone of progress with our hometown. Fairfield Federal is your place for checking, savings, and home loans. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
Greetings from Fairfield DD. As we embrace the back-to-school season, we welcome the arrival of autumn and our cherished fall customs. Join us for Football Friday nights and the county fair. While you revel in the colorful season, let's also reflect on the positive changes we aspire to witness. At Fairfield DD, our goal is to foster a vibrant community where individuals lead lives of greater independence and make meaningful contributions. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram to discover more about our unwavering commitment to the community.
I know that they are going to receive care from the heart, from all of our employees. And that's why I love this place. I love working here. I tell people I love working here because we have that opportunity to have that deeper connection.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Sure want to thank Steve Templin and Foundation Shelters and the dinners for joining us at this time of the year. That's such an important thing going on here in Lancaster and Fairfield County. So I'd look that up if you would, and especially the things that they can use, the toiletries, the things like that they can use at Foundation Shelters and dinners. It'd be worth it, and certainly this time of year it's very important. Well, we're going to change it up, as we mentioned before, about this time of year. There are so many events going on, and sometimes on the weekend 2 and 3 events, and it's hard to keep up at times, but I have no doubt the largest event, the biggest event, is Lancaster's Holiday Parade. For probably 20 plus years this has been going on. It's an amazing event. It's coming up here in just about a week on the 22nd. It's just an amazing parade. I think the most amazing parade we have in town. We have July 4th parade. This is my favorite. This is the amazing one. We've got the chairperson of this, Maria Chandler, with us. Maria, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Survived another year?
Yes.
I'm sure there are times perhaps that's a consideration, because I suppose when this one's over, it almost starts right away for the next one.
Yes. I mean, it's nice to take a little break, and then probably about July, August, we start to plan, kind of theme are we going to have this year? Do we have any ideas for Grand Marshal of the parade? So this year the parade is on November 22nd, and the theme is Santa's Workshop.
Santa's Workshop. So again, those are some of the big macro things you have to talk about. What will be the theme? Who will be those are things that every year, no matter what goes on, you got to come up with something.
Yep, we always start there.
Okay. And how did you arrive at this theme this year? Just is what's left?
I just kind of have to ask and get other input from people and pick, because when you've been doing it for so long, you try not to repeat the themes. Sure.
And that gets a little more difficult.
Yep. So
you already used up 20 themes.
Well, more than 20. I believe the first parade was in 1993, I believe.
Okay.
So
20 plus.
Yeah. So there's a lot. So from what the records I have, we just don't want to duplicate. But it makes it hard. You got Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you have both the holidays. Sometimes you mix them together and you get what you get. Now,
we'll talk about some nuts and bolts about how this all comes together and what's happening and when we meet and when everything happens on that Saturday. But I want to get it in early on, your Grand Marshal for this year. A wonderful person, Miss Perline Reffitt is the Grand Marshal. What a great choice.
Yes. So I had a lot of help with this. There were several people I asked, and all 3 people I asked came back with the same person.
Is that right?
I had only met Perline a couple of times when I used to work at Office Max. But the stories that I have heard and the response that we have had, I have no doubt that we selected the right person.
Well, if these stories are outlandish, hard to believe, can't imagine, they're true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the case with Perline. She is just, I think, a bigger in life character here in town. She's a Lancaster native, graduated from Lancaster High School. I'm sure you've written up her, or Chris Moody, I think, Chris Moody had a biography I saw where she wrote, and she's just one of these kind of like Woody Hayes. In all the world, there's only one.
Yeah, so I've learned a lot of all the things that Perline's involved with and the things she does.
Glass down here at Gay Fan, she was involved in that.
And a professional roller skater. That's crazy. But I also learned that every year on her birthday. She's 94, and she walks the mountain every year.
Pretty neat.
I'm like, okay.
Pretty neat.
And that she has an award named after her for the Lancaster Parks with all the volunteering that
She
she's
has been
done
a lifelong,
with the parks.
she flips pancakes
Yep.
on their day down at Alley Park. She has been a lifelong, her and I have collaborated on for parks for the swimming pool. We were big advocates for Miller Pool when there were years ago when it didn't look like it was going to survive, and we kind of pulled for that and dragged it along. Perline with her power got it done, and now it's very successful over there right in the middle of everything. But again, what a great choice on that. I just want to congratulate Perline. We're so happy for you, Perline, that you're in this. Now, we get down to this Saturday. It's my understanding, and just chatting a little bit with you before we went on, bigger and better than ever in the 2025 parade?
Yes.
Wow.
It is, in the probably 20 years that I have been involved, it is the largest parade that I have ever had a hand in putting together. We have roughly 193 entries right now.
Compared to, let's just say, last year?
Yeah, you're adding, we had to add a whole nother unit, which is a whole nother row of about 30 additional vehicles or
Remarkable.
floats.
I guess that just indicates the growth going on in Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Yeah, there's several new businesses or other organizations that have joined the parade that, I mean, some of them I had not even heard of. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll have to check this out, you know. But it's nice to see we have a lot of Lancaster businesses represented, but also Fairfield County represented. We have businesses coming in from Pickerington, and then, of course, we have Queens coming in from the whole state of Ohio.
If you're a Queen, the July 4th one and this one, you're going to march you're going to be in this parade. There's no doubt about it.
Yes. So, I mean, we have Queens coming in from everywhere.
How great is that? That's great. Now, how about bands? You usually have several.
Yeah, we bands. We have 3 bands.
Okay.
We always have Lancaster, Fairfield Union, and then Fisher Catholic, St. Mary's, and St. Bernadette kids all go together.
Well, that's
so we have 3
good
bands.
ones. That's 3 good ones right there. They're all top notch, and we're glad for them bringing them into this. So lots of different units. So this will begin, I think, depending on what day you're watching this. It's about a week away on a Saturday coming up here. What time does everything kind of take place down to Fairgrounds? What's the order of down there?
Yeah. So we ask that everyone start arriving if you're in the parade at 8 a.m. to get everything lined up.
Yeah.
Judging will start at 9 and be done by 9:30, and then the parade starts at 10.
Now you have what? 3 or 4 or 5 awards?
Yeah, so we have set now, we do 1 best of show, and then we pick 1 in each unit as a director's award.
Okay.
That way, you know.
How many units now?
Now we have 6 plus the horse unit.
You got to keep judging a lot now. A lot of winners here.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Now,
we usually have our share of horses and tractors.
Yes.
Yep,
the Fairfield County Antique Tractor Club.
Doug Shaw and the group, they do a great job.
Yep, and then there's a gentleman coming in from Circleville with his tractor.
Really?
Rudolph.
Okay, all the way from Circleville.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
nice. Well, you know, they used to have a float in there. They used to have a pumpkin show.
Yep, they're in the parade.
Okay,
yep,
they always
they
have
are
it.
there.
I can't imagine when you think about almost 200 varied kind of entries here. It's probably almost everything imaginable in terms of the services provided, businesses, schools, churches, institutions, probably something from everywhere.
Yeah, I think if you picked a nonprofit, a government organization, a business, a church, a volunteer club, community service.
Bingo.
It's everything. I mean, we have everything.
That's it, and I'm sure you've been in this 20 years, and I'm sure 20 years ago you probably thought, "Wow, this is so big." I mean, yeah, you did it with Fran. Fran was Fran Levacy Miller was the girl that handled it. You were her right-hand assistant for so many years, and I'm sure you thought back then, man, this is so big, and now that probably is dwarfed by what's going on today.
I thought, what did you get me into, Fran? One. And then I was like, oh my goodness. But every year, I mean, it just continues to grow and grow and grow, which is a great event for the community. It's a great event. You know, when I leave my house, go to the fairgrounds around 7:15, the day of the parade, there are already chairs and people out getting their seats to watch the parade. And, you know, it's nice to see when I watch it back to see these kids smiling and think, this is why I do this.
And if you've got your kids involved in gathering candy, gathering goodies from the participants in the parade, 193 units, it's going to be a good year for you.
Yeah.
So the parade now again, you ask them to be there at 8. They start to get lined up. You got your folks down there kind of organizing it, getting anyway. What do they step off at, 10?
10.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And they're out the Broad Street gate?
Yep, out the Broad Street gate, down here to Main Street, hang a left, and then march right back into the fairgrounds.
And I'm fortunate enough to be here with Kathy Bittler each year to do this. They turn the corner there, interface video. We got people hanging from cables above, and we got drone stuff going on. We got everything going on with confetti and all this. Interface got to go all out for this. It's the parade. I can guarantee you that. So congratulations for this. So a lot of new businesses this year. Is this the largest one-time jump that you've seen in terms of like 30 more units?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, this is the most I've had. I mean, usually we might have 5, 10, 15 at the most. But this year when I kept getting entries in the mailbox, I'm like, holy crap, like, okay. And then when I went to start putting together to lay out the parade, you know, because you have to organize it, I'm like, this is a lot more. So once I got the final countdown, I was like, okay, yep, about 30, almost 30.
So when the new ones come in and you've got a whole other thing, that always goes at the end?
No. So I try to sort the parade, that way we have, you know, a mixture throughout. But like the first unit is usually the local government and the police, the fire, you know, they start off. And then I try to, the senior citizen homes and some of the older entries, I try to get out. That way they're not in the cold for, you know, a long period of extended time. But I just like try to mix up the entries and not put two of the same type of business together.
Yeah.
You know, some of our entries have music with them and some don't, so then you have to space and
spread.
You don't want
two bands too close or two music things. I know there's dance groups that come through there. You don't want them on top to where they all...
So we just have to spread them out.
Yeah.
I just try to, you know, push it through. There's no set order, it just kind of, okay, this will work.
It's the Lancaster Holiday Parade. It's coming up here on the 22nd, again, just let's say a week away or so. 10 o'clock, it'll step out from the fairgrounds down there. It comes down Broad Street, or down Columbus Street to Main, turns left, and then comes up here to Broad Street, turns right, and goes back down there. About an hour, is that usually? Maybe now it's even longer. Huh?
I know that usually by the time the first one's out and the last one comes back in, it's about an hour and a half for the fairgrounds. So I think we'll probably have the parade start at 10, and by the time it's done back at the fair, I'd say probably an hour and a half, if not a little longer.
Now, here's a big question. We got Santa?
We do. He is making the trip. He will be here, and he will be right at the end. As usual.
You just Fran did a tremendous job. Obviously, you learn from the best. You do a great job here. It's just a wonderful parade. The Lancaster Holiday Parade coming up on the 22nd. I know you have presence all over social media and groups coming in there. We're getting a late date. Still taking anybody, or that closed off? Emergency only?
Yeah, it would be close.
All right. Very good.
We can make it work.
They almost never turn anybody away. Congratulations on a wonderful thing. Perline Reffitt is the Grand Marshal. Santa will be wrapping it up at the end. Great job. We're looking forward to it on the 22nd.
All right,
thanks, Maria. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.